Hi, my name is Sam Hoyer, and for this simulation, I will be a non-Japanese American perspective opposing the internment. In regards to what has happened, we will never forget the manner of the attack, the loss of lives, and the loss of ships. But with this, we cannot support the federal government's actions regarding Japanese American during this time. The internment that has happened was from our President Roosevelt. Roosevelt has authorized the incarceration with the Executive Order 9066. With this, the Japanese American have been placed into wartime relocation centers. This has affected over 100,000 of our very own Japanese American across the West Coast. This relocation has been based solely on race and ancestry and are no evidence of security risk. Instead of actually making our nation safer, we have grown it more to racism. The Japanese American that have been relocated are losing their homes and their valuables as they are pushed away by their very own Americans who they had trust in. This has happened to many innocent Japanese citizens across our nation. And with this time of war, we can't lose our head and commit crimes in the name of patriotism when it is not truly for our nation. The actions that the federal government has put into place is unjust. And in regards to people who disagree with these views, we must think that the Japanese are not responsible for the war. And with this, I mean that the Japanese are not responsible for the war, the Japanese that live in our land. Many of our very own Japanese Americans weren't even born in the land of Japan. And yet, we treat them as if they're a danger. And really, we're only endangering each other by keeping this constant fear amongst each other and not focusing on who the real enemy is during this time. The Japanese American are good citizens, and we are actually acting not as good citizens. The only time that they are not good citizens is when we attack them for reasons that should not be happening. Right now is where our Christian religion is going to be tested, and what I would say to people that disagree with these views is for them to think about what would Jesus do. And we need to set an example for un-American labor unions by our truce and our unity, and we need to encourage them to suspend their strikes against their country and home, and we need to really focus on who the true enemy is. And we also need to think about how these Japanese Americans feel that they came to America with thoughts of being safe here, and this is how we treat them, and how we would feel if we were being relocated on things that were just out of spite and insecurities of ourselves. And with this, I hope that people that disagree with my views can stop the attacks against the Japanese Americans and let them go back to their homes and even help us with our war efforts. And in the end, if we can bring everybody together as a nation, it will make the war something that was worth fighting for if we can all fight together and not against each other on the home front.